I think would be a very good useful thing for people to post data. Also, there have been many NGOs who have done very good research, but not perhaps documented or shared this research with other people. And they would like to do much more of this kind of stuff. So we should help NGOs who have good data and get this data out there. So recommendations would be a wiki, a commitment to good quality research, and a willingness to share research among the whole community.
And let me just remind you, if you go to mobileactive.org, we actually do have a pretty extensive database of both research, case studies, mobile tools, profiles of organizations, you name it. I mean, browse around at mobileactive.org. It's a pretty extensive repository which we're adding to daily and which you can add to your project. And in fact, I'm going to be in touch with some of you to write up some of your project as case studies, both in terms of what's working and where you see some room for improvement, so that some of the lessons learned as we go along, get documented a little better, because we're all very busy doing, but not necessarily documenting. And Mobile Active really is the place where we're hoping and are doing a lot of that kind of documentation. Others? Baba Job? Informal sector jobs? You want to give a quick summary? 3 takeaways?
One, it sort of we got back in touch with my love for the city. Sort of this element of I like Bangalore because you get a lot of folks that are sort of at this nexus of trying to do something important that are also kind of technical. So I would say, yay for us. The one thing that I think is interesting is if you look at a lot of the sort of base of pyramid stuff, this has been our own thinking, and I hope I'm not biased here, which is I think there's a lot of interesting stuff happening around voice, right? That people are kind of coming around, like this is a phone, you're talking to it, it's got an earpiece and a microphone. We should use those things. And so when I look at the things that I think are most interesting and most exciting in India over the next 2 years, I hope we see a multitude of these new voice applications. I think they can really reach everybody, and their impact on citizenry stuff, on jobs, on livelihoods, on getting people the right amount of data, and the entertainment is, I just think, really interesting and exciting. And the territory is pretty virgin as well. Like we've seen the application of songs. We haven't seen anything else at scale yet, unlike the web. And so, if I were to have one takeaway, it's like I'm really excited about the voice things. I'm really excited to see what everybody else comes up with. I was totally jazzed to see the stuff with the farmers. Even, in some sense, it's really simple at a technology level. On the other sense, 300 to 400 users every day calling in, listening to something is not bad in terms of the level of engagement for any kind of new intervention. So, I guess that's what I like. I'm excited about the voice stuff, and I'm available if people want to have some advice in terms of how to build one of those things too.
There are 3 takeaways from your session. Which session were you in? Excellent. I was hoping that somebody would
we had name. My name is Meeta. I was in Dinesh's session. He facilitated the project. So
the one that didn't go so well.
So the session went very well.
All right. It was a good session.
We had quite a few we had pretty much everybody participating, which was a good thing. So we had somebody from Jagore speak with us. There was somebody who works with primary health centers and like a lot of primary health centers. And there was somebody who's so there were these people who were discussing about their failures. And I think the key takeaways were really know your audience. Okay, you need to give them what they want or need. So a million spams and broadcasts don't really work that way. The other thing is technology is not everything. There's a certain hidden psychological aspect about how technology can be used for social impact. So whether people want to use it or not. So technology is not always the problem. And there's misuse of your intention very often, like our friend from Zook was telling us. The intention of the application was something else, but it turned out to be used differently. So these are takeaways from there. These are words of caution, actually.
When Mobile Active was founded in 2005, there was a manifesto which went away when some early wiki disappeared and was never seen again. And unfortunately, it's not even Google cached anymore. But there was a manifesto from 2005, and it started with, it's not about technology, it's about people. And I mean, I wish the whole manifesto was still somewhere. I haven't been able to find it. But that was, you know, we're still 2009. We are not about technology, about people. To keep reminding ourselves that we, you know, driving with the technology is often not a good idea. Others, there are others.
There's another takeaway, which is like, we know that even if you didn't participate, your project probably was. Peak.
You know, we often don't talk about our failures, but I think they're really illustrative, actually. And I wish we did. We were a little more honest with ourselves as a sector. And even just amongst ourselves, we can take the donors out of the room. We can. Exactly, which is why we can have these conversations very openly around here. You can password protect the wiki page. Any, say again?
The beer ball.
Well, which we will have, although I still don't know where, but any others? Any others? The one session I'm curious about is health. Anybody still here from the health session who wants to give 3 thoughts? Yes? You know, you're emailing me all of these notes, right? Because now I know who you are.
I'm Murthy. I'm a psychiatrist. We had 2 sessions on health, and we discussed a number of things. I'll just tell you a few things that happened. We discussed mobile technology for improving health outcomes, continuous care for mental health and mental handicap, specifically for diabetic care, and sending health messages. The thing that came through was most of the health initiatives in the group were in a very initial stage. We were all exploring it. And most of it was translating what is available out there into our local area. Not really a need-based type of a thing which was happening. The challenge was identified as twofold. One, how do we see that we give evidence-based messages, particularly in health, because it involves things more than just information. It affects people's lives. Everything affects people's lives, but health much more than others. The second one was how to motivate people to change behavior, and technology may not be the real, may not be enough to bring about change in the behavior. The other thing was intensely discussed in the second session was the issues of marketing and financial viability of many of these initiatives, because as we pointed out,